The Winteruniversiades continues on Eurosport. All the different sports. The ice hockey will get, I think by the quarterfinal stage, it will get very interesting indeed, because it's jockeying for position early on. See who wants to show their hand, who wants to put their cards on the table. There's a man who has come in as the replacement for Lee Chang-min, who started the game in net. It's quite confusing in the fact that he wears 30 on his helmet and his visor. He actually wears 1 in the game. As the backup goalie for the Russians, played in the first match, only had 9 shots against him. Dokimov. And you can see that 1 goal against the Swedes. Mark Puguelen Perez de Rosas is our referee and gets things underway. Spanish referee in the third period for those who have come to us a little late. Korea playing from right to left. Russians in their big red outfit, showing their dominance, looking for another one. It was Barbashev to make it a hat-trick for him, and still might get in there. Pixner. Real amount of intent here by the Russians early on. And Oleg Lee, he broke his deadlock in terms of goal scoring, because yet found the way through. Well, he's been close a couple of times. So Chenyuk has supplied many of assists, but no goals. Here he is. Look at them playing around. Lee again with another shot that's not quite where he wanted to be. Let's just shoot on sight now. And there's the first of the third period. And Vixner makes it 2 for him. And up come double figures. 10 goals for Russia. Vixner with 2. Shingarev with 2. Bashev with 2. So the question is, who's going to be the first to get the hat-trick? Vixner from distance. Again, a lot of traffic. I don't think that Bei Yang-woo saw much of that. 1 away from emulating what Canada did, scoring 11. Okay, take your eyes off this. Cameraman nearly did there with Lebedev. He's looking for 11, but it's very easy. So the Koreans will tire. They have to cover an awful lot of ice. And we're hoping that Bei Yang-woo can just make a few more stops, make a few more saves, and keep it, well, reasonably respectable. It's better off. We'll recycle it perhaps to Rafikov, who is going to want to get a goal in here. All the forwards will anyway, if they can. Lebedev, rare foray down the ice for the men in white, but it's short-lived. Good block, and the ricochet picked up by Bei Yang-woo. They were saying that a few players here at the university level who will be thinking 3 years' time, almost exactly 3 years to the day that the Winter Olympics start in Pyongyang, and they'll be thinking, we'll need 23 players. It could be one of those. I think that Bei Yang-woo might be one of those we might be talking about in 2018. Swang Wu-tae. That's close. Well, the old adage, which you'll probably hear me say a lot over the next week and a half. You don't shoot, you can't score. And it's worth having a go. And that really did catch Sergei Belov out of position. Had that been on target, that would have been a Korean goal, because he wasn't going to get to that. And a bit better in terms of shots in this match. John He, and John He is the only player to score for them so far. In fact, the only player to get a point, because not an assisted goal against the Canadians. And there's another one for you. And Fedorov adds to the collection on 2. He becomes the 4th player to score 2 goals. Fedorov, Ashev, Shingarev, and Evgeny Vixna, all on 2. And there is the 11 for Russia, which equals what Canada were able to do in 3 periods against Korea. Of course, they did concede in the first period as well, so they've gone one better so far. Oh dear, it's looking ugly now. And Barbashev is the first of the Russians to get a hat-trick. Oh, hello, he smiles. Well done. I knew you could, if you tried. Sergei Barbashev gets the hat-trick. Oh, it could get ugly now. 4 shots, 3 goals. That's a very good return. Well, defence have gone AWOL. It's not all down to Bei Jiangwu, but 3 goals in 3 minutes. 12-0. Biggest score of the competition so far. And you fear there might be a lot more to come, because we did say the Koreans are good, so they're not even defending now. They're like statues, and the Russians just working their way around them. Who's next, boys? Who fancies a shot? Well, they've still got Sweden to come, have Korea. They obviously don't want to work themselves into the ground, but so the Russians don't want to get too intricate. There are plenty of goals to be had here if they take a more direct route. Xian is their captain. Not sure what he can do to generate too much life from the troops here. 2 tough games in the space of 3 days, and probably not used to skating quite as much as they are doing here. Ooh, juggling. Martov nearly in for his first. Here's Gimartov again. Not sure that was a pass or a shot, but neither were particularly direct. Seem to have just lost their radar, the Russians at the moment, in terms of their shooting anyway. But I won't worry too much about that. The 12 already registered on the scoreboard, so we've exceeded what Canada were able to do against the Koreans. See that match, but I imagine the Canadians were easy up a bit as well. Better off. Those are waving sticks now. Give me the puck. Give me the puck. Lebedev, it was, with the stick up raised. Going to be happy just to clear their zone. And that's coming back with interest. Soloviev leaves it behind him. Shevchenko. One from distance. Goldie does well to get those pads fully in behind it. The spring-loaded pads gets a bit of distance. can hardly muster an attack here. And in fact, they're making a line change when they're one of the better chances of scoring a goal. Of course, he would have kept the players on the ice and then thought about the line change, but Soloviev. Now, just delayed a little bit too long there, did Van Hansu. Another chance. 2 shots on net. We'll see if the Koreans can do something on the power play, but not going to get a chance just yet. Yang Sung-hun. Defensively getting each other's way, but they do, well, get to halfway. Oleg Lee, very close to scoring, and nearly got a deflection in off that shot. Again, the zone is cleared. Back rather wearily goes Vixner. He's scored 2 goals. All the others have been scored by forwards in the game. He's got 2 as a D-man. Rafikov. Yeah, 3 on 2 for a moment, but only a fleeting moment. Rafikov. Waiting in front is Shingarev. Looking for his hat-trick goal. Lebedev is there too. And snapped up by Bei Jiangwu. Just think he delayed a little bit too long on that. Van Hansu might have been a better option to go first time. Gordeev. Once again, the number 9 for Russia. It's got Klimchuk. And he found the net once. Here is Klimchuk. Aleshin. Kicked away by Bei Jiangwu. Sloppy in there. Look, can't get that puck away. Aleshin. Klimchuk. Oh, looking for the wraparound. Not quite. And again, goes wide. Wraparound didn't work. Shot from close range doesn't work. Maslov. Fedorov. Is there anybody fancies having a go here in a white shirt? Well, they've got to get control of the puck first, and they've got to get in their own end too. Well, the end they want. Soloviev. Maslov. Soloviev. Waiting to pull the Koreans out of position to get the telling pass away. And that's a good one. And that's not a great shot. Shots on net, though, are certainly registering high for the Russians. Fedorov has to go back to prevent Kang Yun-seok. He's managed to corral it. Oh, nearly given up again. Poor goalie say, come on, give me a bit of a breather, boys, will you? Thank you. Try and keep it down that end for a little longer. Barbashev looking for a 4th. Oleg Lee looking for his first. There's Sharkov. Nice pass. Oh, slipped, but he's Giving it to Lee Sung-yun. No icing. Will be played. Oleg Lee will be held onto by Yang Sun-hung. Midway through the last period. Shot from Oleg Lee. He's done everything but score so far. Vasilyev. Busier days as a Russian defenseman he has had today, and that will be icing. So that's a very temporary reprieve for the Koreans. Eight Russians score goals in the first two matches. For a crowd of boys, it's lodged in the back of the net, but not the front pass of the net, the back pass of the net. So not another goal for the Russians as yet. Back to the blue line, and back for a really forceful shot from Vasilyev. Thing is, you're dealing with teams of the quality of Russia. You are dealing with defensemen who can shoot it very powerfully as well. And Vasilyev thinking perhaps that there was a way to get it through. Korea have called a timeout. I think just maybe to take some of the steam out of this third period. I don't think it's going to be anything too radical suggested by Kim Hee-woo. He's just realising his defence are collapsing far too often as the Russians. And they're just spending all their time, as they were early in the match, camped in their own end. I'm sure they're taking all the information on board. Whether they can enact it or not is something else. Yes, it is that kind of day, isn't it? Also enjoying it. Another icing. So whatever the coach said, didn't quite work there. Yeah, I talked up Eduard Gimartov at the beginning of the game. As yet, he has not delivered. Scored a couple of goals in their victory against Sweden, but hasn't been quite as influential or as instrumental in Russia's good play today. Just delayed for the shot for Gimartov. Hasn't quite got his shooting range right today. He's had the chance. Klimchuk will score another. Easy as that. Two for him. Set up by Eduard Gimartov. And Mikhail Klimchuk joins the two club. Four players now on 2 goals. So another good average. Two goals and 4 shots. And Russia continue to steamroller the Republic of Korea. 13-0. I'd say we might need a cricket scoreboard. It's starting to get into those realms. Very close to it anyway now. Still 7:45 remaining in the game as well. There's those gilt-edged chances that you take more often than not, especially when there's not a great deal of defensive cover. This group, to remind you, has Canada and Sweden as well. So you think that likely is it be Canada, Russia, Sweden to go through, and Korea will miss out. Group A is Spain, Czech Republic, Slovakia and China. It's looking like Spain, really good start for them against China. It might be the whipping boys in that group as well. Spain, Czech Republic, only top two guaranteed to go through. The best third place teams in the three groups. USA, Kazakhstan and Japan in a three-team group in Group C. USA have their first match against Japan this evening. I'll hit that with some venom, but not the accuracy. I get a second chance to go from close range in a moment, Fedorov. So Kazakhstan leading their group. Top two obviously go through from there. Good tight match there. Kazakhstan, Japan to open things. Kazakhstan play USA on Saturday. It's the late match. And the round robins will be finished on Sunday. With a couple of days rest. Oh, Jae Yun coming pretty close to scoring. That'd be offside. There's the Russian of Korean extraction, Oleg Lee, who as yet has not managed to find the target, and also not beaten Bae Jang-woo in the Korean goal. Just not quite got the range on those shots. They're certainly not shot shy, not as shot shy as they were against Canada anyway, Korea. There's Vasilyev with Lebedev for company. Lebedev, nice skating, will carry out defence, and Lebedev with the final touch, but the red light does not appear. Green light stays on. And, stretch those legs, stretch those calves. Have a release of hello. Is he okay? No, I don't think he is okay. He's going to accompany the Korean player to the bench. Not sure what happened there. So Yoon Sang-won is replaced. Well, cracked in by Gamatov, but still hasn't scored. So that last goal up very nicely, but not yet. Added to his tally of 2 from the first match. Kishin. Kodev in front. Kodev denied. A chance, I'm sure, very surely. Klimchuk on for a hat-trick. Gamatov follows it around the back of the goal. Here's Aleshin. Martov. Well, they're sometimes double shifting here, the Russians. They're not making too many line changes. Lucky 13 for them. Next up for the Russians, that big game, which you can see on British Eurosports 2 at 4 o'clock on Saturday. That's UK time. 4 o'clock on Saturday. Canada versus Russia. So whatever else you're planning to do on Saturday afternoon, I think that could be a corker. Could be potentially a dress rehearsal set for a semi-final, if not a final. Canada-Russia, 4 o'clock Saturday. Let's see Kazakhstan-USA as well, which we haven't seen the Americans yet. Not quite sure what kind of form they're in. We know that Kazakhstan are doing decently, having won their opening match against Japan. It's another match that will decide who's going to top that group. See the penalty call on the Russians yet. Couple on the Koreans. 4 minutes to go. Solovyev just waiting. There's going to be a penalty here, and it's going to be again on the Koreans. So it's going to be a power play for the Russians, like they need it. There's the man who's transgressed. Looks like it's there's the penalty happening behind the play. Third penalty of the match. Lee Seung-won for tripping. Does it so he could just have a little breather and sit down. But 1 from 2, the Russian power play today. First one not very effective. Second one took a while to produce anything. Oleg Lee on the power play line. Surely with all the chances he's had in around the net, this will be his opportunity to break the duck. Not quite. He set it up nicely, but shot from distance. Back into the plexi from Bolshakov. There's Cho Hyun-Kook, who will try and keep it up that end of the ice as long as he can. Try and see a few more seconds off this power play. Shingarev. Got 2. Oleg Lee has none yet. Here he is. Shingarev. Lee. And somebody else into the play. Lee. He's lost his stick. Still in the zone with Lee. Lee. Fikov. No, Vasilyev. And not yet a hat-trick for Timur Shingarev. Koreans will know they've been through a very, very tough encounter here. Everybody thought, so they would have thought, this is damage limitation. Not sure whether they'd be particularly happy with a 0-13 scoreline, but so it's 5-0 after just over 9 minutes. They might have been, I think it could be a lot worse. Vasilyev and Lebedev. I don't like this power play. I really don't. It's messy. It's they could have 2 out of 3 power plays where they haven't scored here, and I think it's going to happen. And they're not going to score on 2 out of their 3 power plays, which is criminal against a lesser team like this. Just trying to be too fancy. Just trying to nice little boxes, nice little patterns, nice little moves, but That's really what you're trying to do when you've got a man advantage, is stick that vulcanized rubber disc into the goal, and they've failed to do that on 2 out of 3 occasions on the power play. It will cost them up against the bigger teams like Canada later on. Loose for Lebedev. So to go on a bit of a skate. Vasiliev. Played at a fairly funereal pace here. Lebedev. Last minute. Rafikov. The ice turned into quicksand. It's very, very slow. And even then, all the time in the world, the Russians can't plant that puck in the net yet. Lebedev, nope. Klimchuk. Kimartov. Is there one more? Is there one more Russian goal before the blinds are drawn on this one? No icing, so that will be the last touch for Belov. And the last chance that the Koreans had to score a goal, and they weren't able to do so in 60 minutes. Russia, however, in an hour, scored 13, 5 in the first 10 minutes. And in fits and starts, they looked impressive. So their power play did not. And that won't matter in the grand scheme of things, because they've scored 13 without reply. And that means they are 2 from 2. They've only conceded 1 goal in 2 games. They go 6 points above Canada. We have Sweden later today. It will be between Canada and Russia, surely, for who wins the group. But that's comprehensive for the Russians today. Handshakes at the end of the match. And that's the shot on goal. Ooh, a massive 65 shots on net for the Russian Federation, 14 for Korea. What do we have? This is what we have on Friday. We have Spain against the Czech Republic. That'll be a good game, that. Look forward to that. With a 5 o'clock European, 4 o'clock UK face-off time. And then at 7:30, it is Slovakia against China. Slovakia need a win. China need a win. But Spain, Czech Republic could be a decent little match there, 4 o'clock. Here are the goals for you. They're going to come very thick and fast. That thick and fast, I couldn't read them out to you. So there you go, there's the first 8. Only one hat-trick scorer in the match. That was Sergei Babashev. 3 in the space for about 10, I suppose. And he did manage to smile when he got his hat-trick. 13-0 then, with Klimchuk getting his second. And a rout, really, from the Russian point of view. And Korea, I'm not quite sure what they'll take out of that. So, Canada, Sweden is going to be on the way on British Eurosport 2.